I just remember feeling like really down. Like, I was like, wow, I've been in education my whole life. Like, what is my life now? I'm now what I thought was old. You know, there's different stages in life and you've got to embrace everyone. Why does that make me emotional? Guys. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about something really big that's happened in my life, that I've just finished uni. And I feel like with my YouTube, like, you guys have seen me since I was young. Like, if you scroll back to my videos, I've started this channel since primary school. So I feel like it's only right if I come sit here and talk about a massive thing that's happened in my life. And for anyone that's also finished uni as well, to show that you are not alone if you feel lost, feel really weird. I just wanted to come on here and just share my thoughts and feelings about the whole situation and talk to you guys about everything that's happening in my life right now currently. So I finished uni about 2 weeks ago, which is kind of crazy to say, just under 2 weeks ago, which I cannot believe. Like, even just saying 2 weeks ago is kind of crazy to me because it didn't feel like that long ago that I just walked out of uni for the last time. Guys, like, this is the moment that I have been dreaming of. Like, I have been dreaming of finishing uni for so long. Like, since the beginning of this year, I would say, since I started in September, I have been thinking about the finish line. Like, all I've wanted to do is finish. Like, I feel like the last year of uni, not everyone is like this, but I was so over it. Like, I was so ready just to get out of uni. So done with education. Like, I feel like it was like my final push, and I just knew my last assignment confirmed to me that I just never want to be back in education again. The last assignment was hell, guys. Like, my last assignment was my dissertation. Do not get me started on that. It was my fault because I left it last minute, like way too last minute, much more than I should have. But it was like generally the hardest piece of work that I've done because it was long. It wasn't actually hard. Like, the dissertation wasn't hard itself, but because it's such a big piece of work, I was like, I could never do a master's. My mum was like, oh, how about if you want to like work your way up when you're older? No, absolutely not. I will work my way up at my job, whatever. Like, I would not go back. She was like, what happens if you change your mind? No. I remember being like really jealous of my friends that have like graduated and stuff. I'm like, oh, I wish that was me, you know? So yeah, I don't see myself ever coming back. I feel like for me, and that last assignment was hell, guys. I didn't sleep. I did my presentation because I opted to do an option where you do like a presentation with your dissertation. I did that on 1.5 hours sleep. I kid you not. I had to submit my dissertation and I had a day to do my assignment. So I spent the whole day doing my presentation, doing my speaker notes, and then only having an hour and a half sleep before I go in. It was rough, guys, and like my dissertation I basically completed in like 10 days. I gave myself 10 days to do it, which is kind of like insane. Like, do not do that. I saw this TikTok and I was like, do you know what, that's so true. Like, the minute you submit your assignment, I kind of had this overwhelming like feeling after I submitted, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, it's actually done. I just submitted it by myself. Some people do it with their friends or whatever, but I was just by myself in my room running on what felt like 0 hours sleep, and I just submitted. I was like, wow, that is it. Like, it's done. Like, it really just ends on a random Tuesday. And I can't lie, I remember the first 2 days, it took me a while to adjust, and if you feel like this as well, I feel like that's totally normal. I just remember feeling like really down. Like, I was like, wow, I've been in education my whole life. Like, what is my life now? You almost feel lost, you know? Like, what am I going to do with my life? Like, it feels like a breakup, like a little bit, like, oh, I've had you my whole life and now you're not here anymore. But I just think like that whole thing was a bit emotional for me anyways, because I was on like no sleep. I had to catch up. My sleeping pattern was messed up. Obviously the next day I went in for my presentation, and then I did my presentation, and even the lecturers, they weren't like, okay, bye, like, it's your last time coming into uni. Hope you have a good journey of your life or whatever. By the way, I don't even know it's my last time. You could actually fail your dissertation and have to retake. I don't know if you actually need to go into uni for that, but like, the lecturers didn't even acknowledge that it was going to be our last time at uni. They like were just marking our presentations. They were like, okay, like, you're done, guys, bye. And I thought that was even crazier. And then me and like my course mates just kind of sat downstairs and spoke for a little bit, talked about our dissertation. We were just kind of reminiscing on like our dissertation and uni life, and it was nice. It was a nice ending, the fact that we didn't just leave, and we spoke for a little bit. And me and my friend were like, oh, like, this is it. Like, we're actually not coming back. Like, this is crazy. It's just weird. It literally just ends like that, and you're not prepared for it. You're actually not. Obviously, I did come to uni because I put a lot of pressure on myself to come to uni for some really odd reason. And it makes you look back and reflect on the time that you've had at uni, I feel like, once it ends, and you think, okay, what's the kind of experience that I've had? My uni experience has been very, very different. If you don't know, I've been in student accommodation for 3 years, and unless you're an international student, it's not really common in my uni. I go to Bournemouth Uni, and once you're in second year, everyone goes into housing. But I actually didn't. First year, I made a group of friends that I found out weren't my kind of people. Like, nothing wrong with them, but just weren't my people first year of uni. So then I stopped speaking to them, and I also thought I was going to drop out of uni because I just thought it wasn't for me, didn't want it because I knew I didn't need it for a job, etc. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to stay. I don't know what else I'm doing in my life. I stayed second year. Went into student accom because I thought that would be better than living with strangers, since I didn't have a house with those other people that I made friends with. They actually got a house without me because I said to them that I was going to drop out, so they didn't even like invite me or anything, which is kind of fair enough, like, because I didn't really, because I said to them that I was going to drop out. And then second year, like, I had to like almost like make friends again. So I had a friend from my course that I wasn't extremely close with, but then we like became closer, which was really, really nice, because like I had to like put myself out there, you know. Made friends with this girl from my course as well that also transferred, and then I also happened to make a really good friend from work, so that was good. And then the next year, which is this year, all those friends left. One of them graduated, and then the 2 others are actually in placement. So I've just been like chilling, just me. Thankfully, like, I've got like my boyfriend, and also like what I've learned is like this year's been really different. Like, I don't really care about clubbing as much, about having a social life, having that uni life. I've obviously lived at uni, but I haven't had, like, I feel so much more like I live here, you know. Like, I am in student accommodation, but I feel like this is like my town where I just live here. I don't really care too much about having the experience. One thing I do wish is that I did join a society, definitely, but I didn't, and that's okay. Like, you see so many people go out in societies, and I feel like most of the time it's not really too much for the sport. Some of them are, but you know, you want to go clubbing and stuff, which I could have definitely done. I feel like just recently I've realised, literally in the past few weeks, that going out clubbing, drinking, etc., I will do it every now and then, don't get me wrong. So if you like see me out or whatever, but it's not really for me as much anymore. Like, I'd rather, you know, go out with my friend, go for a really nice meal, have a good chat, or like go to the gym with my friend, which I don't even do, but like this sounds like a better day out to me. Uni is a lonely journey, and people don't talk about it. Like, yes, okay, maybe not for everyone actually. Like, you meet people first year and you're friends with them throughout the whole entirety of your uni journey, but like for me, it's been quite a self-finding, independent journey that I've had to go through myself, and it's very like I've been very strong throughout the whole thing. I've put myself out there, I've learned a lot about myself, so I don't regret coming to uni. But yeah, it's quite emotional if you do think about it. Like, I remember laying down on my bed once it was done and thinking, wow, uni when actually did go by so quick. It was only 3 years of my life, and fingers crossed I've got many years to come. So then if you look back at these 3 years, it's like, that is not like, it's a chunk of your life, but you've got a lot more chunks to come. Do you know what I mean? I've obviously changed a lot. When I came I was 19, and now that I've finished I am 22. And I remember like first year in uni and thinking, oh my gosh, like when I finish I'm gonna be old. And I've just realised that I'm now what I thought was old. Ah! Why does that make me emotional? Guys, I don't know why it makes me emotional. It just shows you like how fast time really has gone. But yeah, I may have not had the experience I thought I would have had, but I feel like I've had a very beautiful journey and of like finding myself. And now that I've gotten out of uni, I just want to work even harder. Like, I know obviously I'm much more broke than I wouldn't have been if I wasn't at uni, so I'm like, right, now I need to actually start working and get my money up. That side does really annoy me, because I do think how much more money I would have had if I wouldn't have gone to uni, but it is what it is really. I just feel like it's just going to be something I look back on and be like, yeah, it was a good time, but more like I learned a lot from it more than anything, you know. Sometimes like I was even like in the bus the other day, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm on the way to a festival with my friend, in my uni town that I didn't even know the town before. You know, I've got my student accommodation like 10 minutes away. I'm thinking, wow, like this is crazy, you know. Obviously I am going to be moving back home now. I want to do like a room transformation video. I'm not going to do like anything like a crazy transformation, like repaint the walls, do the floor, whatever. I'm just going to, I need to get like new wardrobe bits, new bedding, a new bed, new mattress. Like I need to make my room me, because I've never fully lived in that house until I go back home, because we moved when I was actually in first year. So I haven't lived in there properly, so that's going to be interesting. I've lived in there for long periods, like maybe like 3 months in the summer or 2 months, I don't remember, but not for really long periods of times I've fully lived in there. So I need to make that room my home, but I am excited. It's going to take a lot to adjust though, because for me, there's nothing wrong with like my family or anything, but I don't really go back home. I just don't see the point. Like if I'm paying rent here, why would I then go back home, you know? So I've mostly stayed here like a lot of the time, so it's gonna be weird like going home and living with people. Like I've literally just lived in a flat in a room by myself in a shared accommodation for like nearly 3 years properly, so I feel like that is going to take some adjusting, but I feel like I will adjust quite quickly, since, you know, the last time I like fully lived there properly was the summer, so I feel like I should be okay. I'm looking forward to actually like live in a house, because I haven't lived in a house like properly for ages. Well, to be honest, I actually don't like my hometown. Like it's near like other towns, which is nice, but my actual hometown is really small and everyone kind of knows everyone, and I'm gonna have to see people from school. I don't want to see people from school. Like I wanted to join my local gym, I was thinking about it, but I was like, I'm actually gonna see everyone from my school. So now my car is also in the trash. It was so old, it was literally the same age as me, so I had to get rid of it because it was rusting for nearly 3 years of me being at uni, because I didn't take it with me. So yeah, I had to go anyways, because honestly it was so old. I think it served its purpose of teaching me how to drive, but now I'm gonna have to go home, and I think the main objective is when I go home to save up for a car. I was thinking, oh, do I save up for a car, do I not, because I don't know like if I'm gonna like move out or whatever. I was thinking about living in the city at one point, but then I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. So now I'm thinking, right, I do need the freedom, you only live once, like if I've got my driving license already, why don't I just start saving up for a car? So I feel like that's my first goal, and then just to start saving in general after that for like a home, etc. For mainly a home, I would say. I just want to like grind it out, save, you know. But when I did that last assignment, right guys, I realised how independent uni really is. No one makes you do the work. I could have, because I was so close to not submitting my assignment. I was like, I could literally not submit this if I don't want to. No one is making me. But for the first time I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to submit an assignment for the first time ever in my life, but I did. But I was like there actually is so much independence on you, and I just feel like now I'm ready to make money. Like I'm ready. I feel like it is my time. I'm ready to leave. I transfer back to my job at home because I work in Bournemouth as well. I work at a supermarket, if you guys don't know. So I've been working at a supermarket in Bournemouth, and then I'm going to go back to the one at home. I've got 3 weeks left here doing that, living here, and then I'm gonna go back home. So yeah, guys, life is lifing, and I know this is really weird, but I've come to the realization that you only live once, and that is something that I used to know, and I always used to know, everyone knows that you obviously die, you know, but I've come to the realization, it hit me that, I know it sounds really like stupid, but it hit me like, wait, we are actually all going to die one day. So I'm thinking, I need to live my best life. This is a new chapter, and every day you've got to feel so appreciative that you've woken up, you know, because you don't know what happens after life, and this is beautiful. Like when I was initially sad about finishing uni, feeling rubbish, what am I going to do? You know, there's different stages in life, and you've got to embrace everyone. When I first came to uni, I was very sad. I remember crying on the first day of uni, calling the phone to my dad, being like, I can't do this anymore. Like I want to go back home. But then I embraced it, and you know, this has been a chapter. I've gained so much from this experience, and I'm sure I'm going to gain loads for my next chapter. Things change so quickly. Like if I look at myself back from like a year ago, I was also a different person. I have a very different mindset. I would probably rather go out partying than thinking of like my life or whatever. I feel like I've even matured more this year. Like everything changes. People say you don't even mature until your 30s. I'm still figuring out what I want to do with my life. Really looking forward to it. Like I have been excited so much this whole year to finish, and now I'm in this position. I'm like, whoa, it's a lot, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the next chapter. Guys, please come along with me. I'm, as I said, going to do a room makeover, which I'm so excited for. I will make sure to do a room tour of this accommodation before I leave, because I don't think, did I mention that? I don't know if I mentioned it, but I mentioned it to myself anyways. But yeah, come along this next chapter with me, figuring my life out after uni, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.